Have you ever felt like a failure? And I believe the answer is yes. If you are human, the answer is yes. If you have ever disappointed someone, you haven't met an expectation, you haven't seen a desired result, there can be a tendency to feel like you are the failure when things don't go as planned or you hoped. It chips away at your self-esteem, it chips away at your confidence, and it affects how you show up in the future. But what if you didn't have to feel like that? What if you could spin that negative experience into nurturing moments that will fuel your future? What if this didn't have to stop you in your tracks? So by the end of this video, I want you to be able to face any outcome, whether you feel like a success or you feel like a failure. I want you to be able to face any outcome with a new mindset that is going to build you up, even if you didn't get what you initially wanted. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I wanted to be an artist as a child. That flowed into wanting to be a fashion designer. I used to watch Style with Elsa Clench every weekend on CNN. And I had these daydreams and these fantasies of showing my spring collection on the French countryside. And listen, it was legit. But that didn't happen, right? I left a corporate job to become a stay-at-home mom. And I felt like I lost out because I did that. And then after that, I felt horrible for not going back to work and earning income for my family. Even though we were in a good place, I just felt like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And sometimes we have these thoughts of these shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and we have these regrets about the things that didn't happen in our lives. But knowing how to reframe that sense of failure to actually examine what has happened in our lives and to be able to use it is such a powerful thing when it comes to rewriting your story. And if you've watched the videos before this, you'll hear me talk about that, rewriting your story, R-I-G-H-T, not W-R-I-T-E, but R-I-G-H-T, because sometimes, many of the times, we are telling ourselves the wrong story. And if you feel like a failure, you may be telling yourself the wrong story. So today, I'm a visionary confidant. I am a certified REBT mindset coach. And these are the types of things that I talk about when I sit, just like I'm sitting here across the screen from another woman. These are the types of things that we're going through. So for the past 3 years, I've been speaking to women they're burdened by this sense of guilt, this sense of shame, this sense of disappointment, and they have these unfulfilled desires in so many areas. And they expected a certain lifestyle, they expected a certain career, they expected a certain relationship status, and they haven't achieved that goal. So now they feel rejected, they feel incapable, and they feel disappointed. If that is you, I'm going to tell you the same things that I would tell them if we were on a call and I needed you to shift your mindset. So, of course, I would go more in depth with a VIP, but these keys are going to get you started. So the first thing I want to tell you is do not treat failure like an event. Treat it like a feeling. Feelings are temporary, and so is failure. Use it as a point of learning. So if you're saying things like, I am a failure, I am a loser, what is the point of trying? I want you to spin that because the failure is not you, right? The failure is in the happenings, it's in the circumstance, it's in the desire that is unfulfilled, right? That is something outside of you. It may have happened through you, but the actual event, the actual outcome is not you. It is not who you are. It is not your identity. And it just started to rain, but I'm going to keep recording with the hopes that this is working. And then if it doesn't work, I will just re-record it, right? It's not a failure. And actually, the rain just eased up. So I'm hoping that you were able to hear me through that. There are so many areas in life where you can just give up. But if you develop the practice of self-evaluation, this helps you to build the backbone to handle criticism from others. Because here's the thing. When you feel like a failure, it may be because other people are pinning that on you. Other people are telling you you failed. Other people are telling you you are a failure because you didn't meet their requirement or you didn't show up as the vision or version that they expected of you. But that does not mean, again, that you personally, you are a failure. We have to be able to handle that criticism, and you handle that criticism by constantly doing self-evaluation. Remember those 3 daily appointments. Your appointments with others cannot be your first set of appointments. You need to have that appointment with God so you know who your creator is and who you were created to be. You need to have that appointment with yourself so that you are doing that constant self-evaluation. So you're hearing your own thoughts, your own dreams, your own wishes, and your own desires. This is also just as important as hearing the voice of God, because you now are able to filter yourself through what he says about you. So ask yourself these questions. What initiated that feeling of failure? Was it a conversation? Was it a show? What is it? A movie? Was it a social media post? Was it the season that you're in? So let's say you had an appraisal at work. There is a life change. I just turned 49, and as I'm looking forward to my 50th birthday, there may be that sense, and you may be in the same boat. You might be 39, about to turn 40. You might be, let's say you had a vision for your life and you said, oh, by the time I'm 35, I want to accomplish this. Or by the time I'm 65, I want to be retired. And you realize I can't retire because I haven't saved what I need to save. Or there's a certain state of health that you wanted to be in, but you're not in that state of health right now, and you feel like a failure in that regard. Is it a milestone that you thought you would have reached? Is it some type of expectation, whether it's an expectation you had of yourself or an expectation that others had of you? What initiated that feeling of failure? Because if you can identify that, it's going to help you walk through where it's coming from. Is the feeling of failure coming from inside you, like I said, or from words someone else is saying? Because here's the thing, you cannot rely on others to tell you if you're doing a good job, if you have value, or if you are needed or necessary. That information can come from others, but it has to be coupled with what you already know about yourself. Because if it isn't, you put yourself at the mercy of other people's opinions and their evaluation of you. And that is a dangerous place to be. It is great to have feedback from other people, and it can be valuable for your personal growth, but that feedback has to feed your future, or it's actually not useful. People can be intentionally mean. Their criticism can be a direct attack on your character and your ability. So you have to know how to counteract it. There is no such thing as negative criticism, because what you internalize has more weight than someone's intent when they tell you what they have to tell you about yourself. So you get to choose the effect of criticism on your soul and on your personal vision. And this starts in a spiritual place. This starts with the woman within. We can take our fears, our thoughts, and our feelings as our absolute truth, but they may in fact only be familiar. Your lived reality is a version of the life that is available to you based on your personal vision. So completion and contentment are private. They are personal, and they can't be fulfilled by public attainment of goals or applause from others. Completion and contentment come from within. So show yourself grace and forgive yourself. I talk about forgiveness a lot, and I encourage you to forgive everyone who you think failed you, including yourself. Remind yourself who God is in your life. Remind yourself who you are, Remember the A-list assignment. You are an A-list woman. God did not create you to be mediocre. He did not create you to be beneath, right? Appreciate your attributes, affirm your values, articulate your dreams, act authentically, and access abundant life. I really hope this helped. Blessings on your journey, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.